$25. A shir latum mayim, to require asher yotzar, how much does one have to urinate? How much does one have to urinate? What about it's one droplet? That's enough. A shir I feel tipo letipa achas. Even one droplet of urine comes out of your body. Chayv levorich. One has an obligation to say asher yotzar. Shem isosem haneke b'lotzi hatipa hi. Because if he couldn't expel that, even the droplet, he'd be in pain. So that's also, it's a relief. V'chayv lehodos, therefore you have to give thanks for that. Right? The word is relieving yourself. You feel relieved to whatever degree. So therefore you have to give thanks to Hashem. Further. We didn't do Gimel. Base pomim, right? The Mechaber had said that a person is able to say Asher Yotzer twice. If a person urinates, defecates twice, he didn't say it the first time, he says it twice for the first and second time. That was the Psak of the Mechaber in Gimel. Base pomim, the Metzin Linyi Tefillah, Shem Tovelo Spal Shachris, Mispal Mincha Shtayim. Right? If a person had an obligation to daven Mincha, and he didn't, so when comes Ma'ariv, he has to have Tashlum, he has to have the makeup. Many of the later authorities argue on the Mechaber. We're in Gimel. The whole concept of tefillah is korban. If you don't bring korban, there's a makeup korban. Giving one thanks. So by saying, acknowledging Hashem, saying His praises once is sufficient. He said, "Daito b'intayim what? Dem vorach birchas amos nachas al shtein. Ish lahokel b'sofi brochos. Therefore, a person should be mekel sof brochos lahokel. Therefore, we don't follow the psak, the ruling of the Mechaber. So, a person, let's say, urinated and he forgot to say Asher Yotzar. He reminds us half an hour later, and he urinated the second time. You say one Asher Yotzar on both times. One why? Sofi brochos lahokel. One broch, one Asher Yotzar. Ulchatchilo. Now, nochli zol levorach tekev asher yotzar achatolis mayim. He says, therefore, a person immediately after urinate, you should say asher yotzar immediately. You should be without delay. Why? The shem yitzarchor akach lato mayim. It's possible you may have to urinate again. You have an urge. Same person defecates. Does his bodily function? Same thing. You say asher yotzar. Because afterwards, again, whether urination or something, therefore the bracha should be said immediately.
During the night when you
definitely.
Get up to
I mean, you have to make sure you dress properly, or your hands are washed, and your head is covered. You can't say a bracha with a head covering.
Sometimes you relieve yourself, you have to sleep.
If you're not able, you're not able. But you have to take. Let me ask a question. You wake up middle of the night, a phone call, and your daughter says, "I just had a baby," and you just hang up the phone, right? You can just hang up the phone. Even if you're half asleep, you wake up. Okay, if it's important enough. You have a sufficient focus. Okay? Kid picks up the phone, just won the $100 million lottery. I must be dreaming. Puts the phone back on this receiver. Puts it back. Okay. Okay, Hilchas Tzitzis Vatisvoso. Tzitzis. Yis'atif b'tzitzis v'vorech m'umad.
Just real quick. When you say both, if you have to say both brachas, even though we don't hold like that, but the one that we do you have to have in mind when you say each bracha at a time?
How did I know exactly what you were going to ask me?
How do you know that?
I know exactly how your mind works.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have to have in mind the time that you went, or you just say?
No, I know. I have two obligations. Sheyotza twice.
So the bracha doesn't have to have a kavana of.
No, you're giving thanks twice.
Right.
It's a double thank you. It's not, I urinated at 4 in the morning and then second time was 6 in the morning. Right? Urinated twice, okay, I have a double obligation. See, by tefillah, you have to have in mind.
Right. So
But that's for a different reason. Because there, you have to have in mind what is the present obligation. The other is a makeup. The present is not a makeup. See, here, they're both on par. They're both, it's birchas hodah.
Right.
So there's no difference, the first and second. Shachris, and you're making up for Ma'ariv. Ma'ariv is a makeup. Shachris is not a makeup. Ma'ariv is what you have to do at this moment. So first you have to address what you have to do at this moment, and then you address what the makeup. That's there. Therefore, you do have to have in mind. No, Birchas, you only say one Birchas Hamazon. What? No, he's asking a question. No, because that's the essence of Birchas Hamazon. You're thanking God that you say it. That's why you're thanking God. Right? He's asking different. The first and second. That's what he's asking. Okay. Yisati petzitzis vivorech mumad. A person wraps himself. This is important. The word yisatev. Talis with misatev. What about a talis cotton? Right? Which is simple. It's not simple. Some hold you have to with talis cotton. You also, when you put it on in the morning, it's not just put it over your head. You should wrap yourself. Okay? And you say the bracha mu'umad, which is not so simple. See the Mishna Berura. When you say certain brachos, you say birchas hanenin. You sit when you say birchas hanenin. What are birchas hamitzvos? Right? Do you have to stand for all birchas hamitzvos? From Mishna Berura it seems yes. So since tzitzis is birchas hamitzvos, ashek sham tzivonu lesati petzitzis or whatever is al mitzvos tzitzis. So yivorech mu'umad. What's in Mishna Berura? Yisati petzitzis. Miyad achan netil shadayim. Immediately after you wash your hands. This is also important. You should not walk Daled Amos without tzitzis. We'll see the Mechaber says later, tzitzis is shokol keneged kol mitzvahs. Tzitzis has special value. Why does a person wear tzitzis all day? You're only obligated to wear tzitzis if you have a four-cornered garment. You're not wearing a four-cornered garment, you have no. The answer is because since it has special value, it's worthwhile to bring the obligation upon yourself to wear a four-cornered garment. Although you have no obligation. Because tzitzis is a shmira. The Gemara says in the Ochos, when you see the tzitzis, you remind yourself of the mitzvahs. Besides fulfilling a mitzvah, every moment you wear it, it's like the mezuzah on your doorpost. Every moment you have mezuzah on your doorpost, you fulfill a mitzvah saseh, a positive commandment. Every moment you wear tzitzis, unceasingly, one mitzvah saseh after another mitzvah saseh.
Even at night?
At night it's a question. If you wear a day garment, at night, it's a question. What? No, because that's innately. So that's his machlok rishonim. Is it a day garment? Is it recent, or does it means the time of day? Okay, it's a machlok rishonim. Let's say you have a suit jacket. Let's say a suit jacket is tailored where it has four corners, and that suit jacket is you normally wear during the day. You're working on a project. You're working till 3 in the morning. So the jacket you're wearing is a day garment. The primary wearing is day, it's not night. It's not your night clothing. So according to somebody showing him, you have to have tzitzis on that garment even at nighttime. You're not permitted to wear that garment unless it has tzitzis.
But if you change...
It's a suffix brochas lovka. We don't say a brocha, but either way. You know, if you're not permitted to wear a four-corner garment, the tzitzis are possible at nighttime.
But if you change...
Right? Let's see, you have our aberkanfas. Majority of the time we wear aberkanfas during the day. We don't wear it at nighttime. Correct? So let's say they're possible. Do you put on an aberkanfas, a four-cornered garment? At night, you shouldn't put it on because according to somebody showing him, you're obligated to put tzitzis on that garment.
All right. So for instance, now, so I would daven mincha at the right time. I would get home, have dinner. I might go to the gym and work out. And I usually daven a late hour in the community. So am I obligated to, if I take my tzitzis off to work out, because I don't know if this is right. So am I obligated to put my tzitzis back on to go down tomorrow?
No, but it's better to put them back on. It's better to put them back on because according to some, it has no value whatsoever. According to somebody showing them wearing the tzitzis at night has no value because at night, because the Torah says during the time where you cannot see the tzitzis, you're not obligated, so you're not fulfilling the mitzvah at nighttime. Others say no, a day garment. It's a garment that is normally seen. It's normally, therefore, even at nighttime. So even at nighttime, you fulfill the mitzvah. So what do you have to do is put them back on. It's all game. There's no,
Right.
Right.
I wonder if I change at night to go to an affair, am I obligated to put on my...
It will be the same as this. Be the same as this.
So
See, no, but the difference between your question and his, there's a difference. Because the difference is, we're going to have later is a famous argument, very lengthy, Ber Alocha, difference between Sfarad and Ashkenazi. If an Ashkenazi, let's say, puts on his talis before davening, goes out to the bathroom, middle of davening. He comes back, he has to say another side. Even when he took the towels off, he had in mind to put it back on before he took it off. He has to say another bracha when he puts his towels on. That's the Psak Mechaber. That's the Shulchan Aruch. Rama says no. As long as when you take off the talus, you have a mind to put it back on. When you put it back on, you don't have to say another bracha. Okay. So I'm saying, in your situation, you said the bracha in the morning when you put it on. Now you're taking it off. When you take it off, if you have a mind to put it back on, so then you're not required to say another bracha. But let's say, Rabbi's case, you're going out and you want to put on a new pair of tzitzis. By putting on a new pair, you're entering into a suffix brachos. It's a suffix. You're entering into a suffix over there, because it's machlok shishonim. According to some, that's the day garment, right? You would be required to say a bracha on those tzitzis, even at nighttime. So what do you have to enter into a suffix brachos lahokil? So maybe it's best not to put it on. If you continue, you put it wearing what you took off, so you're not entering into a suffix bracha. So what do you have to lose? It's all gain. There's no loss. But here, where do you have a right to enter into a question? You may have to say a bracha. Maybe better than don't put them on. He owes you a favor? First he owes the doctor. I don't know. Okay. Okay, what'd you say? What's the question? No, definitely not. No. It's not made Edeshek. Edeshek is only regarding tefillin, not for tzitzis. It says if you say creation without tefillin, it's as if you're offering false testimony. That's for tefillin, not tzitzis. Because the difference is, why do we say tzitzis? Because that it contains zichir tzitzis mitzrayim. I mean, there are other things which you could also say. So we're not saying it because of tzitzis. We're saying that paragraph because of zichir tzitzis mitzrayim. Kriya Shema, we say it because you're supposed to say Kriya Shema. That's an integral part of Kriya Shema. Right? Every word of that paragraph is integral as any other word is integral.
But why, for those who say that there's only upside at night, there's no downside, why wouldn't the Chazal then suggest that you have a sleep garment?
No, sleep garment, you're not obligated. Everybody agrees to sleep garment, you're not obligated to have tzitzis on, a four-corner garment. Because the Torah says, urisim also. Has to be a garment that when you wear, if it has tzitzis, you're able to see the tzitzis on that garment. At nighttime, it's not a time that you're able to see. So it's a sleep garment, definitely. Everybody agrees, definitely not. There's a question of sleep garment during the daytime may need tzitzis. Because it's a time, you go after the time, you're able to see.
If it's a question of seeing, then how do those who say that you should wear it at night come to that?
Because it's not based on, it's a garment that since it's classified as a day garment, it's a garment that you normally could see. Doesn't mean at the time you wear it, you're able to see the tzitzis. Day garment means it's a garment that it's a garment, since it's normally worn during the day, it's a garment that you normally could see the tzitzis.
Okay, so come back to my question. So why wouldn't it be suggested that you wear your tzitzit when you go to sleep?
You mean the day garment at night?
Yes.
Some do. Some do. Some wear it at night. But there's no obligation. Some sleep with the garment. The Arizal says the person should sleep with tzitzis. The Arizal. But again, there is no obligation. There is no obligation.
But no, we're saying there's no downside.
No, but if you're wearing it already, you're awake. Normally, a person sleeps. You take off your tzitzis when you sleep.
Alan's question said, there's no downside.
No, but he's getting dressed in either case. He's getting dressed in day clothing. He's not getting into his pajamas and going to sleep.
Yeah, but the question, should he put it on? So there's no downside in putting it on.
Okay.
Couldn't the same argument apply to going to sleep?
You're right. 100%.
Why you're not saying, why you're not lying, because you don't have to. Still, you have to put on it. You don't have to put on it. You have an opportunity. So that's why every shift on you don't have to.
I mean, like now, the short days. After Shabbos, you have a shower.
No, but you put on your tzitzis before Shkia. When you put your tzitzis on, it's before sundown. So it's definitely.
After Shabbos.
Oh, after Shabbos. After
You're
Shabbos.
going out that night. You don't have a shower. You take off your tzitzis. Now you have, it's nighttime. You put them back on.
So I'm saying, some say you should not. Some say you should not. Are they the same tzitzis or a new pair?
They're the same tzitzis.
I think you should put them back on.
Without a bracha.
No, definitely without a bracha. According to the Mechaber, you'd have to say a bracha. Right? No, even during the day, it's like taking your talos off in the middle of the davening, going out, coming back. Even though you had in mind to put them back on, you're required to say another bracha according to the Shulchan Aruch.
Rabbi, if getting back to, do we say a bracha for the tzitzis or not?
Talos Kodesh, some do, some don't.
Right, so
Most do.
most do? I thought we don't.
No, that's all because, let's say, that's all because the Talos Kodesh covers the Talos Kodesh. But let's say a person doesn't have a Talos Kodesh. You don't have a large Talos. Or let's say you're putting on a pair of tzitzis right before for Shabbos. So you put on a Shabbos pair, right? You put on a clean pair of tzitzis right after you shower before Shabbos.
Okay.
So you're putting on. Do you say a bracha on those tzitzis? Right. So you don't have the talis gadol to cover that you on those tzitzis. It's a new pair of tzitzis you're putting on, right? It's a new wearing. So I'm saying most people say a bracha. We'll see later. It's not so simple, because since there's a question regarding shiur, regarding the size. Some never say bracha, unless it's literally, it's a garment, almost that covers the majority of the body.
Because of the shear.
You're right, that's where the brisk is. The brisk is, don't wear, they don't wear tzitzis on Shabbos for a reason. Unless,
So the shear has to cover you. Go out, you go out with just
you would go out naked, just with that garment alone. That would be sufficient. Would you go into a public location with that? And if not, then it's a question whether it's not sufficient.
There's another reason not necessarily to make a bracha on it because of that also.
There is some hold you don't. I'm usually I only rely on my Tolos Gadol for a tal. I don't say bracha.
Because of the shear.
It's based on there's an Eliyah Rabbah that says this, that it's better not to say because it's questionable regarding the shear, the size of the garment.
What does it do on Shabbos? So what do you put in the dirt?
I don't say another bracha. Don't say another bracha.
But you have in mind when you do the...
Doesn't help me on a new pair of tzitzis, a pair that I'm wearing in the future, right? When I put it on, I have in mind to cover the tzitzis I'm wearing. But what about if I put on a new garment in 2 hours from now? That doesn't cover me in the future, right? Covers me what I'm doing at this moment. We're going to have later, Mechaber, person is wearing 6 pairs of tzitzis. You say one bracha covers all the pairs you're wearing. Rav Scheinberg, I never counted. Maybe he came for you as a patient. As he peeled them off, you counted them. Okay.
A lot of hooks.
He only makes one bracha or something?
One bracha, of course. That's a mechaber.
But that's why he does it. So he makes
No.
Why does he do it?
No, each pair is a separate mitzvah.
Ah, okay.
Each pair is a separate mitzvah. But bracha, one bracha covers all of them.
So he most probably could have made a bracha on the tzitzis. The point is, with all the tzitzis that he was wearing, he was for sure.
I'm not sure if they were all the same size. Probably. Whatever it was. Rav Shizach Tzadok once said he didn't understand why he did it. And the Gedolim themselves were older than he was. Said they don't know why. For some reason that was his thing. He chose to do that, but it was unheard. Nobody ever did such a thing. He didn't go outside at night.
The difference between day and night, I go with a very simplistic approach that since I don't put on the talus at night, I don't put on the katan at night.
Okay.
Yes.
That's valid?
It's fine, you don't have to. Yeah, I said if the same one, it's better to put it back on. If you already said the bracha on it during the day, it's better to put it on at night again. Because you're not entering question saying a new bracha. But let's say you're a person, you never say bracha on your talis. Never. Put on what you have, again, if you want to make the effort, it's only upside, there's no downside. There's no downside on it.
So you put on you
Right.
personally put on
Well, I never take it off at night because it's always a question of, it's always before Shkia. If I put on like Friday afternoon, I put on a new talis for Shabbos. It's before Shkia. So there, if I would normally say a bracha, I would say a bracha on the tzitzis. But I don't say a bracha. I don't say because I never say a bracha on my talis coat.
What do you mean a new talus cup? What does that mean?
One that I didn't wear during the week.
So it's for Shabbos.
What? It's a Shabbos talis coat. For
But
Shabbos.
if you would put on the one you wore during the week,
No, it would have to be the same one that I took off.
Okay, so if you did that, there wouldn't even be an issue.
Not a question, because I didn't. When I took it off, I had in mind to put it back on. What?
Don't make it wrong. Anyway,
Right,
you can
exactly,
always wear it.
exactly. I'm not sure. Usually Sfardim sleep. Certain Sfardim sleep with the Rizal, and other people are like I want to use the word extreme Bali Tshuva. They sleep with it too. On what? Yes. We'll see if Mishna Berura says you should preferably have a wool telescope.
That's really wild. Never heard that.
See, at one time a wool telescope, David, this is for you because you're into quality. One time a wool telescope was thick wool. Today it's very refined wool. It's almost as thin as cotton. Today you could have telescope wool almost as thin as cotton, and it's at the field. It's not really. It's very soft. So even in the summer, you're not that much. It's not that hot. You're not more hot than wearing cotton. Slight, but you don't even feel the difference. Remember years ago you had the talasim, thick woolen talasim. Not even the Turkish, not even regular talasim, wool talasim were thicker.
Especially the Hasidim, they had very thick.
No, everybody used to wear thick talasim.
Now the sports clothing are made out of these fibers where the body can breathe.